All right, so we're here for day 13 of 30 days of Q&A. And I'm going to keep this kind of a quick one because we're just at a rest stop on our drive back from Vermillion, South Dakota to Chicago, back to my parents-in-law. And we might not get a whole lot of time between the kids crying and whatnot. I wanted to start the conversation on something that I'm super excited to discuss more over the course of this 30 days, which is music NFTs. And one of the biggest questions that I've been getting out of the 1,500 or so responses, probably a good third to half of them are all related around the question of how do I monetize my music? How do I make this sustainable? How do I, rather than just having to support myself with a day job, how do I focus on music full time? Especially in a day and age where the market is pretty saturated and there's a lot of questions around how can I actually do this in a way that's sustainable? And I think that music NFTs are a really unique opportunity for the music industry. And in general, I'm a little bit skeptical of NFTs, really do at this point. We're still discovering the landscape together. But I do think that there's this revolutionary technology. And I think that in certain markets, like the music industry especially, there's a huge opportunity. And we've talked about this analogy before of being like surfers and looking to catch waves. And one of the biggest mistakes that we can make is trying to catch a wave that passed 10 years ago. And if you're trying to catch up to a wave that's already passed, then you can spend a lot of energy and time and you're not gonna be able to catch that wave. Whereas if you're really smart and you're kind of looking at what's upcoming, what's the wave that's starting to crest so you can swim along with it and catch it, you can get a huge amount of momentum. And I think that music NFTs are really this unique opportunity to be able to catch that wave. And so I'm gonna record some more videos to basically walk through this in more detail, step by step through how you can create your own music NFTs. Because we've actually created a platform called the Music Relic Marketplace, and it's something that I'm super excited to share more about. We just opened it up for our platinum artists and for our clients and for a small group of beta artists. And today on this video, since I'm gonna keep this one short, I just wanna kind of walk through a basic introduction to what exactly is an NFT, what's the opportunity for you as a musician, and how can you understand what this means? Because I think that one of the biggest questions when people hear about NFTs is what the heck is an NFT? Why is this thing valuable? If I can just stream this anywhere online, why is this one worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars? In my perspective, I think that the movement of NFTs right now is similar to when the internet first became widely adopted. There's a lot of confusion around it, and there's this new technology, and there's also a big bubble that kind of went around it. And no one would argue that the internet hasn't completely revolutionized everything, it hasn't changed the world, but there was a bubble that popped, and there's a lot of confusion, just kind of understanding what exactly is this. And NFTs stand for non-fungible token. And yeah, I want to preface this by saying that I'm not the world's expert or leading authority on NFTs. I'm just someone who, over the last year, has taken a deep dive into understanding, as best as I can, the landscape of NFTs, understanding the knowns, the unknowns, and the opportunity for musicians, especially. So the reason I think that this is such a valuable opportunity for musicians is because when it comes to artwork like the Mona Lisa, the value is very subjective. Right? But the Mona Lisa is worth something like $800 million. And when you think about it, what makes the Mona Lisa worth $800 million? Nowadays, you can actually duplicate the Mona Lisa and you could create a realistic version of the Mona Lisa and put them side by side so that the common layperson couldn't actually tell the difference between what's the original one and what's the duplicate. But one of them would be worth $800 million and the other one would be worth $50. Why? Yeah, because one is the original. It's one of a kind, but it's authentic and it's tangible. There's a scarcity to it. And even though you can duplicate it, even though you share it, there's only one original. And there's people who get paid money to authenticate and to know that this is actually the original one. And with music, so the Mona Lisa, you can sell for $800 million, but Let It Be by the Beatles has never been able to sell for more than $1. And why is that? Because there hasn't really been an easy way to create a one-of-a-kind edition of Let It Be by the Beatles until music NFTs. So an NFT is basically a way to create a limited edition version. So there's only a certain amount of these collectibles. And yes, it can be duplicated. You could stream music online, but the same way that you can duplicate the Mona Lisa, the original is still the one that has the value. And so I understand that this is like a little bit hard to grasp for a lot of people. Like, why is this even like valuable? But the truth is that people are spending hundreds of millions of dollars for these NFTs for things that aren't necessarily even that artistic, things that are like pictures of apes, or if you look up CryptoPunks, these things are selling for billions of dollars. And yeah, I think that music is actually one of those opportunities where there's a rare use case for having this limited piece of artwork and actually owning it. And so there's other things you can do with NFTs as well. You can actually add utility, which basically means that in addition to owning a piece of artwork, having ownership of this thing grants you access to some extra perks or benefits. In my opinion, those are things that short term are going to help to create value, easily understandable value in these NFTs, while people are still grasping the value of art itself and like why is it valuable to own one of these collectibles. So we're definitely going to dive deeper into these music NFTs. I'm actually going to walk you through step by step how you can create a music NFT and actually give one to your fan for free in exchange for them joining your community. And that's something I'm really excited about being able to offer to you as a member of the Music Relic Marketplace and using our Street Team platform. So stay tuned for that, and until next time.